What if I told you that you needed to eat an apple a day to stay alive? For the richest 1% of your country, these apples would cost $10. But for everyone else, they'd be $12,000. That's the reality of what happened in Venezuela, and why almost 20% of their population have fled the country.
Like college students were the ones that they were going to the protest to try to change the country, and police, they didn't give a fuck. They were killing everyone. For me to see all that, people from my age, 18, 17, dying, obviously the news didn't show that it was happening. My street was full of bombs, and I was at home and I felt that, like you are afraid of leave because you don't know what is gonna happen, but you are also afraid to stay.
Hace 20 años atrás, el escenario de Venezuela era otro. Había una bonanza económica y había facilidad para tú poder desarrollar y poder aspirar a crecer y a tener tu propia casa, a poder viajar, a poder tener sobre todo libertad económica. Venezuela siempre ha sido un país muy próspero, iban muchos extranjeros, había mucho más turismo, había mucho más cultura. Entonces, digamos que era un país donde tú podías aspirar a quedarte y desarrollar. Además que es un país con escenarios naturales muy bonitos. Entonces, la verdad era un sitio ideal para vivir.
Inflation in Venezuela is the highest in the world, one of the issues, along with rising crime, that fueled the recent anti-government protests.
Inflation topped 2,600%. This year, the IMF expects it to hit 13,000%.
Todo esto y decir, no, aquí ya no podemos continuar por los momentos. Para mí fue después de una serie de protestas que se generaron entre el año 2017 y 2018. Resulta que fue muy doloroso porque hubo muchas personas que murieron por parte de autoridades. Eso anímicamente fue un golpe muy duro. Eso desanimó mucho colectivamente y ahí fue donde empezó la migración de manera masiva. Realmente hablar de las personas que han salido por necesidad yo creo que es redundante porque lo veas a las personas que han salido caminando y han atravesado varios países. Eso no es algo que lo van a hacer por gusto.
When I thought about to leave, it was 2016. The country was starting to get bad.
Undeterred by security forces, participants of Venezuela's resurgent insurrection movement flood the streets of Caracas. They insist they'll continue protesting until the Venezuelan leader gives up his hold on power.
We won't leave the streets until Maduro leaves. We'll do whatever it takes, even destroy everything. We can't take it anymore.
One day I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't deserve to live this. I didn't even make this decision, and I am here.
¿Qué cambió y cuándo cambió en Venezuela? Cambió el escenario político, social y económico completamente. Para mí lo clave para que empezara el deterioro fue el control de cambio. El control de cambio con respecto al dólar.
Maduro set the official exchange rate at 10 bolivars per US dollar, but the only people who had access to this rate were those in his inner circle. For everyone else, they needed to turn to the black market to get their dollars, where the exchange rate was around 12,000 bolivars per US dollar.
What we have here is 80,000 Venezuelan bolivares, the local currency, which is worth 1,000 US dollars. There's 1,000 US dollars, that is worth that.
This devaluation of the currency made the medicine and food, which were once subsidized by the government, unaffordable for more than 80% of the population. In addition, Maduro gave the military complete control of the food supply in the country. They in turn took advantage of the crisis to import food at the special exchange rate and then sell it on the black market for huge profits.
Even if you had the money, you couldn't find food. Obviously, people start getting mad, like desperate. Maybe I do have the money, but I can't buy anything. We were starving, and that's why people get angry, but nobody was listening. I cried, like asking why this is happening. I don't understand why I need to leave my house. I just want to be like a normal teenager, you know, like just go to the college, just do normal things. It was a weekend. And I told my mom, I'm leaving. And she was like, where are you going? You don't have any money, what are you going to do? But I told her, I'm leaving and I'm leaving on Wednesday. And she started like crying. I was 18. I didn't have money to pay a flight ticket. So I had to take a bus to the border. That is how I left.
At this border checkpoint, luggage is the easiest way to spot Venezuelans looking for a new life.
Nobody has more tickets to sell because it was too many Venezuelan people, too many, uncountable. I think everyone at that bus was crying in some point because maybe they had family, maybe they had a life before and now they need to left everything. You are afraid as fuck. You don't know what is gonna happen. But a Venezuelan thing is that we are always making jokes. So yeah, we were crying, but making jokes. So it was so nice to have that opportunity to learn from them, how we've had a normal life and then just don't have anything. It was hard, but it was so beautiful at the same time.
Colombia y Venezuela siempre hemos tenido una relación muy estrecha, porque anteriormente, cuando Venezuela era un país muy próspero, muy abierto, Venezuela fue el país que recibió a mucha gente, 3-4 millones de colombianos. Los colombianos que fueron para allá prosperaron mucho. Después, cuando tuvimos la crisis, pues Colombia se abrió a ser quien nos cobijaba, quien recibía a muchos de nuestros ciudadanos, y por eso es que también venimos mucho para acá, porque es lo más cercano a casa que podríamos tener.
For me, as a Venezuelan that left her country trying to find better opportunities, Medellin has been the best option. This city is just amazing. So grateful because I had the chance of living here. I feel proud of the woman that I am now, and I think that I couldn't be who I am if I haven't through all that happened in my life.
In May 2018, Maduro declared himself the winner of the presidential elections in Venezuela, but only after banning the major opposition parties from participating. This resulted in widespread backlash from local and international politicians, and ultimately triggered the opposition to invoke certain articles in the Constitution, which allowed them to challenge Maduro's claim to the presidency. This led to 35-year-old Juan Guaidó being declared the new acting president of Venezuela. As of 2020, Guaidó has been supported as the interim president by more than 50 countries. However, there are certain countries that still back Maduro. Despite being acknowledged as president by most of the world, Guaidó holds basically no power. The military, National Guard, and other security forces, whose pockets have been lined by Maduro for years, remain loyal to him, allowing him to run the country with an iron fist, as he has for the past decade. The next Venezuelan presidential elections are scheduled for 2024. Meanwhile, the Venezuelan people continue to struggle through growing shortages of food, basic supplies, widespread power outages, rising crime, and alarming rates of malnutrition. As of September 2022, almost 8 million Venezuelans are in need of immediate humanitarian assistance. Their total population, 29 million.